Dear friends, good morning. Today, Wednesday, July 8th, the 16th of Tammuz, our 88th installment of our inspiration series. And very often, we have to inspire ourselves to inspire others as well. Actually, we always have to inspire ourselves. And one of the things that we actually read in this week's portion, which I think is very pertinent to our times generally, but especially during a difficult time in a pandemic, where there's a lot of changes going on in our lives and around us, a lot of confusion, we're unsure. And we learn from the story about the daughters of Tzlavchad, a fellow who passed away in the desert, left 5 daughters, no sons. Officially, they would not be inheriting their father's land that he would have gotten in Israel, because the Torah says inheritance goes to the boys. And they approached Moshe and all the leaders, and they came with a complaint that why do they not deserve to get a piece of the land of Israel, which belonged to their father? And Moshe heard their complaint, brought it to God, and God changed the law, amended the law. We're actually told that that was the way the law was supposed to originally, but God wanted it to happen in this form, and we'll explain in a moment why. And they did get a piece of the land, as if there are no sons, the daughters inherit the father. What we see in this story is a double-fold lesson. Number one, if you really feel strongly about something, the daughters of Tzlavchad weren't so concerned that they would be homeless. Everyone was promised that they'll have a place where to live in Israel. The entire tribe of the Levites, the Kohanim, the priests, did not get any land, but they were given a place to live. They were not worried about where they would live. What they were worried about was that they had an incredible love for the land of Israel. They were looking forward to coming to Israel. They wanted to have a piece of the land. You know, Jews, historically, when they used to come to Israel off a boat or off a camel, and even in the early days in Israel when they used to land in Ben Gurion Airport, on the tarmac, you used to get down on the tarmac, people used to kiss the ground of Israel. Our love and our connection to Israel is not just about we're home, but the ground itself is holy to us. The air is holy to us. It's an incredible experience and connection. And they had such a love for Israel. How could it be they're not going to have a piece of land they could call their own? And they believed strongly. And they came actually with some, we're told, Talmudic arguments to be able to bolster their arguments of why they should get a piece of the land. So here we see, number one, how when you believe in something, you believe something is justified, be vocal about it. Express it. Go to the powers that be. You know, what's interesting about them was, which is the other lesson, is they didn't go start complaining and talking to the neighbors, look at Moshe, he's not fair, this whole Torah is not real, because look, they don't include us, they didn't think about us. They went to one place. They took their complaint, their argument to Moshe and his court. They went to the source. They say, these are the laws you said God taught us, but how do we get left out? We feel something may be wrong. They came looking for an answer. They didn't come with a complaint and say, you better do what I say or else we're going to defund you or something like that. They came with a question of something that's bothering them. Passionately. They thought about it. They didn't just get emotional about it. They intellectually thought about it as well. They tried to look at it from all sides. They said, we're uncomfortable. We have to vocalize this. We have to voice our objection. We have to voice our opinion. We have to voice our question. How important it is when you feel so strongly about something, voice it. But on the other hand, do it with respect. Go to the right place where the answers can come from. And they were ready to accept the no. If Moshe would come back and say, I am sorry, this is just the way it is, they were ready to accept it. but they didn't want it to go down, that they didn't even ask. And so often in life, we feel very strongly about something. Even now, many people have strong feelings about what's going on. Should we be social distancing and quarantining even more? Should we be mixing with people more? People have very strong opinions. And the truth is, for many people, it's just in the air. It's what they hear yesterday on the news or today. For some people, they're more educated about it. They're reading for all different experts. But it's all right to voice what you're feeling and what you're thinking. Bring it out in a conversation. Ask an authority. Ask your doctor. Ask another professional. Ask in your office. Talk about it. Discuss it. Voice yourself. The Torah encourages us, voice what you're feeling. But do it in the right way. Because the tone that you use tells us if you're looking to just complain or you're looking for a solution or to understand. And when you look for a solution to understand, you're always open to hearing the stark truth, which may be uncomfortable or maybe exactly what you thought. When you look to complain, you don't want to hear anyone's answer. You're not interested in getting an answer. It's just about people knowing you exist and people knowing that you're not happy. So the Torah teaches us voice, but if you do it in the right place, in the right tone, and the right way, A, you may get somewhere, and B, when you go about it with the proper approach, you may already find the answer before you voice it because you think it through and you realize that there's a reason for it. But if you don't find the answer, don't be shy to ask. Don't be shy to question. Don't be shy to challenge. Judaism encourages us, please challenge. Please let us know what you're feeling. And this way we'll make through the difficulties, the hardships, the challenges much easier. And especially when you bring something up, you can share it with other people. People may share some of the same ideas. It's easier to understand what's happening. So don't leave things inside of you or let it turn to an anger and a complaint. Voice in the proper, respectful way. So have a great day and all the best.